Welcome back, Oders. My name is Jose Ignacio. I just got back from my first work trip, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how to log expenses directly in the database by uploading a receipt or dragging and dropping a receipt. They can even be digitized to save you some typing. So follow me as I log my first expenses, because if I don't log my expenses, I won't be reimbursed. So I just came back from the International Contemporary Furniture Fair, or ICFF for my acronym lovers, to help our sales team look for new leads. So we know this show gets over 10,000 attendees each year, so it's the perfect place to meet customers. Now that I'm back in the office, though, I have a pile of receipts to submit. So I'm starting over here on the main expenses app dashboard, which is empty because I've never requested a reimbursement before. Before I log my expenses, I want to check the settings. So I'm going to select configuration and then settings right there. Okay, I want you to take a look right here where it says expense digitization OCR right here. I want to make sure that the digitize automatically feature is toggled right there. And this allows Odoo to scan my receipts and automatically create an expense record for each one. Great, it looks like it's already enabled. Keep in mind, this costs credits to use, so check out the documentation linked below for more information on that. All right, now it's time to log some expenses. So we're going to go to My Expenses over here, and then we're going to go to My Expenses again. All right, so we're going to click New just to log my first one, and this is my hotel costs. So in this required description field, I'm going to type in hotel, ICFF, kind of like that acronym. So next, I'm going to select Attach Receipt, and now we're going to look for that one. And I happen to have stayed at the Empire Plaza Hotel. Perfect. It's being digitized automatically right there, and it appears. And we can see that over here on the right. Boom. So this receipt was digitized, meaning Odoo scanned it to add more details. When I click our nice little refresh, look at that. Boom. I could see the total as well as the expense date have been updated to reflect what's been on over here for our nice little receipt. All right, so now I need to update the category. So I'm going to change that right now from what it is to a different one because this actually belongs under travel and accommodation. Boom. And you'll notice that we also have a nice little acronym right there, TRANS and ACC. It's for accounting, and this is for a hotel stay. So hey, it's a computer, not my own personal assistant, and it's doing the best that it can. So I'm going to add a short little note down below right here on the expense record. Not in the chatter, because in this case, I want to type this in. So we're going to paste that in. All right, so this was a 4-night hotel stay for sales teams at ICFF. Receipt for both John Doe and Tracy Jones. That's right, this receipt is actually for 2 rooms. One for myself and one for Tracy, the sales manager. We split the bill evenly when paying. What can I say? We both wanted to get some reward points on our credit cards. So now that I'm done with that, remember I said the word split, which tells you that I should click this split expense button over here. All right, this is going to create a separate expense for Tracy. I'm just going to change the second employee field right here that we have to Tracy. And select her right there. Boom. So this is already split right here evenly for 735 each, but I could modify the amounts if I would like to. I could even split it further by clicking add a line right there and then modifying something. But I just need this split in 2, so let's remove that. But we could do that if we wanted to. All right, so I'm going to select split expense right there to lock both expense records. Now, if we go back over to our expenses dashboard by selecting our My Expenses breadcrumb, I can now see the new expense just for me right here. It's important to note that you can only split expenses if the cost for the expense category is set to 0. If the expense category has a set cost, it can't be split. Okay, folks, I can also add an expense just by clicking our upload button over here and attaching a receipt. In this case, I'm going to add my receipt for some coffee and pastries. Now, where did we go for that? Midtown Bean and Brew PDF right there. Boom. All right, so right now it's being digitized, and this is from which I got the team for the morning when we were both setting up the booth. So once the receipt is uploaded, I'm taken to this Generate Expenses dashboard, and the new entry is right there. So this dashboard lets me focus on only the receipts that I am working on, not all of my receipts. So I'm going to click on it just to make sure that everything looks good. So the description right here was updated with the receipt name, and it even picked the right category this time around. Would you look at that? food. Boom. The total over here and the expense date are also both updated as well. So I'm just going to update the description now. So I'm going to add team breakfast up to the description right there. All right, everything looks pretty perfect. Now let's see how this looks on the dashboard. So this time I'm going to get there by clicking my expenses up at the top and then my expenses once again. Boom. Look at that. We're also going to extend our description right there just so that we could show off that we had that team breakfast. And you can see that. All right, next I need to log my cab ride from the convention center to the hotel. I usually walk there, but that day there was a thunderstorm, so I treated myself. So I can drag and drop a receipt onto this desktop to create an expense record. Just watch. I'm going to drag and drop it right away. Just give me 1 second to find where we had that. Boom! Look at that. Just like when I uploaded a receipt, Odoo processed the receipt in the background, pulling the information from it to make the expense record. Now we're back at our generate expenses, and I'm going to click on this untitled one that has now updated. Just like before, description, category, total, and expense date have all been, in this case, they're all correct and have been populated according to the information on the receipt. Odoo is doing almost all my work for me. So this is all set. Now, when I return over to my dashboard once again, using my expenses, there it is. And that's it for this tutorial, Odooers. We learned how to manually log expenses, upload receipts, split expenses, and drag and drop expenses. It's a lot of ways to log your expenses. I'm going to see you in the other expense app tutorials where I'm going to show you how to email expenses, manage expenses, and reimburse employees. Till next time, Odooers, save your receipts, go grab a snack. I brought goldfish from home today.